Today we'll be investigating Georgina Gharsallah's disappearance. With me, Ben Pearson, on Enigma, Missing People and Unsolved Crime. On the 7th of March 2018, aged 30, Georgina Gharsallah disappeared from Worthing, West Sussex in England. To this day, she has been missing for 3 years, 9 months and 12 days. Her parents are Georgina Gharsallah, which is her father, and her mother was Andrea Gharsallah, that was her mother. So Georgina Gharsallah was born in Brighton, Sussex in 1987. Her parents were Georgina and Andrea. Georgina was a Libyan who attended university in Brighton, where he met Andrea, who was English. The couple married and produced a total of 4 daughters, of whom Georgina, or Gina, was the second oldest. Shortly after Georgina was born, the family relocated to Libya, where they lived until 1998. Georgina spoke Arabic, although her level of fluency in the language has been disputed. After returning to the UK, the family settled in Worthing, where Andrea found employment in a local convent caring for elderly nuns. She became estranged from her husband and the couple divorced. By 2018, Georgina was a managing director of a small company based in Worthing, engaged in retail sale of fruit and vegetables in specialised stores. He later remarried. The 4 daughters, including Georgina, remained with their mother. Although considered intelligent, the articulate Gharsallah developed an interesting lifestyle as she became an adult. She drank alcohol and smoked cannabis. It was reported that she suffered from low-level mental health issues, including bulimia. She was considered unreliable and had difficulty maintaining relationships and holding down jobs. At the time of her disappearance, she was unemployed and was recently estranged from a partner of whom she was living with. She had 2 children, both boys, with an earlier partner from whom she had also become estranged. After both of these estrangements, Gharsallah had moved back in with her mother, although she was still meeting her most recent former partner regularly and would sometimes stay with her friends in Brighton. Gharsallah left her mother's house on Wednesday the 7th of March 2018 at around 9:30 a.m. She told her mother that she was having problems with her mobile phone and that she would visit the phone store to seek advice. She also stated that she would visit the Job Centre Plus in Worthing Town Centre and would meet her father later in the morning. She asked for a small loan from her mother, which was given, although grudgingly. She was recorded on CCTV at around 9:50 a.m. entering a nearby Clifton food and wine shop in Clifton Road, Worthing. That video footage is what you can see on screen now. The shop manager would later state that Gharsallah had asked him for help with her phone and that he had directed her to a specialty phone store. Gharsallah left the shop and that was the last certain sight of her. She did not visit the local job centre and did not keep her appointment with her father. There was no record or recollection of her entering any of the phone stores in Worthing. Subsequent tracking of her mobile phone indicated its last use at 3 a.m. on the day, and that it had left the network shortly after 11:30 a.m. while still connected to the local mast in Worthing. It never reconnected to the network. Gharsallah's bank accounts and bank cards were never used again. Reported missing. Andrea was not initially disturbed when Gharsallah did not return to her house later that day. She was familiar with her daughter's lifestyle and assumed that Gharsallah had either gone to stay with her friends or had returned to her ex-partner. It was only the following week that Andrea became alarmed. Gharsallah failed to make arrangements to host her 2 sons for the weekend as was normal, and her ex-partner telephoned to say that he had not heard from Gharsallah for some days and was concerned about her. Andrea spent several days attempting to contact her daughter without success. She finally contacted Sussex Police. Progress of the inquiry. The Sussex Police investigation of Gharsallah's disappearance was initially slow to get started. In recent years, an average of around 350,000 people per year are reported missing in England and Wales. The large majority of these cases are quickly resolved when the missing person reappears or is traced. Police do not normally prioritise cases where the missing person is not vulnerable and where there is no evidence of violence. The homes of Gharsallah's mother, Andrea, and ex-partners were searched, and checks were initiated on her mobile phone and bank accounts. CCTV recordings from the immediate vicinity of Andrea's house were checked, and this disclosed the recordings of Gharsallah at the shop in Clifton Road. A public appeal for the information was made. After 3 weeks, the disappearance was considered suspicious and the investigation was upgraded. However, it made little progress. Various theories of Gharsallah's disappearance were that she had gone away voluntarily to escape problem issues in her life. This was plausible given her lifestyle and personal history. She was known to have associations in Brighton, London and the wider Arab circle. Secondly, that she had committed suicide in a manner that did not allow her body to be found. This was plausible given the aspect of her personal history. Thirdly, that she had been abducted and murdered. This was plausible given her history of drug use and acquaintance with the drug suppliers. A variation on this is that she suffered a misadventure and people she was with found an expedient to conceal her body rather than report the matter. Gharsallah's family sought information via appeals over social media. Notably, Andrea set up a Facebook page and this attracted many reported sightings, offers of information and comments. Andrea passed on much of this information. Potential witnesses would often withdraw or modify information when approached by detectives. Some of the reported sightings were determined to be cases of mistaken identity. 2 men were briefly arrested as a result of such a report, but were quickly released without charge. CCTV footage was obtained by police from many sites in Worthing and one of them was judged relevant. At around 3:30 p.m. on the 7th of March 2018, 2 women were recorded together in the town centre of Worthing. This video footage was previous to this current one on the screen. One of them resembled Gharsallah. The video footage was circulated by the police in August 2019 with a request for information, but the two women were never identified. Some observers questioned whether the woman in the afternoon video was actually Gharsallah. One obvious discrepancy is that Gharsallah was wearing black high-heel boots in the morning video at Clifton Road, but the woman in the town centre that afternoon was wearing a tan-coloured flat-heeled boot. For the two to be the same person, it would require that Gharsallah had changed her footwear during the day. The case was featured on the BBC Crime Watch TV show in October 2018. The Crime Stoppers charity offered a £5,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of Gharsallah's abductor. In August 2019, the police finally upgraded the investigation to that of a murder inquiry, at which point the Crime Stoppers reward was raised to £10,000. If you have any information on Georgina Gharsallah, please contact Sussex Police and contact 116 000, which is the missing people line. Thank you for watching this video, and please, if you have any information, do report it, no matter how big or small.